Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. Welcome back to our POVAN very first C++ programming bootcamp. This is week 4, day 1, and we will gonna talk about vectors, why we are using vectors and how can we construct the vectors, how can we declare and initialize the vectors and how to access elements in vectors and the some member function of vectors like modifiers, iterators, capacity and etc. Okay, so let's get started. First, to know about like what is vector, we have to just have a generic idea about array. Okay, so first we have to know about what is array. See, what is an array? Like I just give you a quick introduction. Rather like the you learn more about array in the upcoming week. So like I just give you a quick introduction about array here. An array is a group of consecutive memory location with same name and data type. What's it is saying like an array, which is like it is a consecutive memory location, group of consecutive memory locations, which we can say that like it's of same name and it contains the same data type. For example, like simple variable in a single memory location, like with unique name and a type. We have a like a different type of variables like a hint and char, double, etc. etc. This is a single memory location with a unique name and a type. But what is array? Array like is a collection of different adjacent memory locations, and all these memory locations have one collective name and type. The memory locations in the array are known as, we can say that like the elements of array. Okay, so the total number of elements in the array, or we can say that the length of the array. To determine what is the length of the array, we can say that the what are the total number of elements present in that array. Okay, and the elements of the array is accessed with the reference to its position in array. That is called, we can say that call index or subscript. See, if we want to access an element of an array, just we have to like give it like we can get this by its reference. Okay, reference we can say that it's like pointing to something. Okay, so the main things is there are some constants in array. What are the constants in array? Like how can we delete an element, and how can we find the size of the array? See, these two questions are arise like, is there any like we can find the size of the array that's easily, and in like we can delete the an element in the array easily. So what's the answer? Yes, we can do that by the help of vector. Okay, here the vectors comes into the existence. Okay, what are vectors? Like we can say that like vectors are subsequence containers which representing arrays that can change in size. Okay, or we can say that dynamic arrays. Okay, so now here comes us, what is a vector? See, a vector, or we can say this is an implementation of a dynamically resizable array data structure, or we can say that it is a dynamic array. Okay, just like arrays, like vectors use contiguous storage locations for their elements, and which means that their elements can also be accessed using offsets on regular pointers to its elements. Okay, we can see that like, and just as efficiently as in arrays, but unlike arrays, their size can change dynamically. Okay, dynamically. But as we know that like in arrays are the like static. In this, their memory can't change dynamically. But in vector, the size of a vector can change dynamically with their storage being handled automatically by the container. Okay, data structure that groups values of the same type. Vectors is also known as a data structure as it is a dynamic array. So it's the definition will be same as array. It is also a data structure that groups value of the same types. Like how can we declare vector? Declaration will be this type vector, which data type of is and the name of the vector. As simple as that. Name here is the vector name stored in the memory, and num here is the number of elements in a vector. Okay, and the other thing is component is like searching in a vector. How can we search in a vector? See, the name I, we can search with this thing, the name brackets and I, which refers to the ith value in name. the ith value, the value which are we are searching for. Okay. Like in every vector program, we must include the following import statement, which is like hashtag include vector. For import, like for just give for the output, we have to mention this thing, this library, which is like hashtag include vectors for receiving the output. Okay. Now the next thing is why to use vector. See, as we know, like a vector is an array like container that improves on like C++ array types, which is like dynamic array. Okay. And we also know that like it is not necessary to know like how big you want the vector to be when you declare it. We can easily add new elements to the end of the vector by using the pushback function, and we can easily like insert any element, or we can easily like access any element by with the help of vectors. Okay. See, vectors internally, like vectors use a dynamically allocated array, okay, to store their elements. This array maybe need to be reallocated in order to grow in size when like new elements are inserted. Okay, which implies like allocating a new array and moving all elements to it. So like this is a relatively expensive task in terms of processing time, and thus vector do not relocate each time an element is added to the container. Okay, so that's why we use vectors. Now let's move forward. Here is like constructing a vector. How can we construct a vector? Here is a simple like we can construct any type of vector. Okay, as depends on us, like we can construct any type of vector. It can hold defined data types as well as class object. Vector can hold data types as well as a class object also. The type, or how can we construct a vector? See here, vector int v1. What is int here? Int is the type of the vector. Okay, int here is a type of the vector, and vector string v2. What is v2 here? V2 here is like name of the vector. Understands? We just um, discuss the declaration of the vector in the previous slide. Here, this one, vector type name and num. So vector type here is int, name is v1. Okay, this thing, vector type name and num, as simple as that. Constructs a vector means like initializing its contents depending on the construction version used. Okay, like this type we can use like it constructs a vector, or we can say like dynamic array for us. See, in this vector in v1, it constructs int type of a dynamic array in which we can store int value. Okay, and next thing in the vector, it is like create a string type of a dynamic array in which like v2 is named v2. In that way we construct a vector. Okay, now the next thing is declaration and initialization. See, how to declare a vector and how to initialize a vector. You can like in the previous week we said like uh, initializing a condition in for loop, remember? So same here, like in this way initializes a vector, or we can say that like we declare a vector before like actually performing it. Okay, so like we can give an initial size to a vector by using a declaration like vector char v426. What this means, like we are creating a vector which is of char data type, and its name is v4, and the size it will be 26. Okay, the size of the vector will be 26. Okay, so like we said, the v4 is a vector of the characters that initially is room of 26 characters. Okay, there is also a way to initialize a vector of elements. That declaration is like vector float v5. In this we can store float values also, where it says like v5 is a vector of 100 floating point numbers, each of which has been initialized to 1.0. Which is this? Now this is a simple declaration, but in this we initialize vector also by just putting comma, and here the initializing value by from which value we are initializing the vector. Okay, what is this? this line is saying that V5 is a vector of 100 floating numbers. 100 is the size of the vector. 100 floating numbers, each of which has been initialized to 1.0. Okay, 1.0 is the initialization of each vector. As simple as that. So in this way, we can declare and initialize our vector. Okay. Now let's move forward. Checking whether vector is empty or not. How can we check like vector is empty or not? Just by running this command vector name dot empty. True or false, like and by see if it returns a boolean value 0 or 1. If it returns a 0 value, that means it is empty, and if it's return a 1 value, that means non-empty. As simple as that. Okay. Okay. So now here is like accessing elements of a vector. How can we access elements of a vector? See guys, before this, I just want you to guys take on a hands-on part where we just can look at the how to construct a vector. So after that, this part will get easy to you to understand. Okay, here it is. So yeah, this is constructing vectors. We are constructing vectors here. It's as easy, simple as that. Okay, so no need to worry about that. See, what is here is like hashtag include iostream. It is our library for see in and see out. Hashtag include vector. See, I just told you in the like the theory session, like we should include this part to get our output answer vector. Okay, this part. This is a library for introducing a vector. So we are including this library, hashtag include vector. Now we are starting our program like int main. Okay. Now what is used is like construction using the same order. Okay. Now we are constructing a vector. Do you know the initialization sum? This one. Declaration and initialization. How to declare? In this way, we are declaring here. See, std is, remember we are using like here, using namespace std. See, if you are not using here, just a second. See, if you are not using this thing, then you should do this type of thing. Okay. And if you are using this thing, then you shouldn't means you know need not to use this type of thing. Okay. So what is here? This is what is this thing? This one. It is like scope resolution operator. I guess like you guys know about that in the like previous weeks sessions like operators ones. It is like scope resolutions operator. Okay. What is here like? It is like creating a vector which is vector int first. What is like? It is creating a int type of vectors and which is named as first and which is currently empty. See, here it is nothing value is given. That means it is currently empty. After that, second vector is created like vector int second, and what is here is like 4 and 100. What does this means? It means like 4 int vectors are created with value 100. It is a number of vectors, 4 int vectors created with the value of 100 and named by second name. Okay. After that, third vector is like vector int third, second begin and second end. What is it saying like begin and end? You guys will like just keep it at as simple as it. We will learn about the more about begin and dot, and like these are the iterators. We will talk more about them in this upcoming session. Okay, so no need to worry about that. Yeah. So here it is like vector, int, third, second dot begin and second dot end. What does it say? It is saying like create a vector of int data type, name third, and second dot begin and second dot end means iterate it through second. Means iterate that vectors through second vector which we created here. Okay. Now the next thing is vector int fourth and third. What is this? It is like create a vector type of int name which is named as fourth and it is third. Here it is passing the vector. It means it is saying the program, sorry, it is saying it to create a copy of the third vector, which is this one. Okay. Now let's move further. What does this program further says? It says like the iterator constructor can also be used to construct from arrays. Okay. See, now we are creating an array like int my ints and my what are the my ints 16 to 27 29. This is my okay. Now it is like we are creating a vector int fifth. Okay. What does it means? Create a vector of data type int which is named as fifth. And what are in this fifth? What is it saying? Like my ints means the value of this. My ints plus size of my ints. What is the size of my ints? 1, 2, 3 divided by size of int. Okay. Now standard cout the content of fifth are it will be print on screen. This will be print and here remember it is using for loop. Okay. What is for loop here? Like initializer condition is here is like vector int. Okay. Iterator it means what does it means? Goes to fifth begin. What does it means? It means create a vector of data type int named iterator is equals to fifth dot begin means iterate it to fifth. Okay, iterate through it fifth. This one we have created here. Okay, after that check it is a test condition here. It is not equals to fifth dot end. Okay, what is the test expression here is? Here is the test expression is it should not be equals to fifth dot end. Okay, so it is a test expression that we are initializing it here and here is the test expression it should not equals to fifth dot end and after that it plus plus it or we can say that it plus plus. It is like update expression. Remember for loop? So here we are using for loop. Okay, after that cd out, print it and black slash n for the next line. Okay, return 0. So come, let's run this program and see how it works. See, what is like here? The content of fifth are 16 to 77, 29. As simple as that. What we are doing done here is like we construct a vector. How can we construct a vector? Through the array. Okay. First we include the libraries. After that we run into our main program. After that we created some vectors. It is like in this way we create vectors. First, like it is an empty vector. It is like a four int vectors with the value of 100 and it is like the how to iterate through vectors and it is type of like how to copy a vector. Okay. After that we just create a like iterator constructor can be used from arrays. For that we just created an array int my ints this one. Then after that std vector we again created a vector of the int data type and which is named as fifth. Okay. In the fifth what we have done here is we have just put in like my ints which is the value of this comma like my ints plus size of my int. What is the size of my int upon divided by size of my int. Okay, it is an expression. The expression is evaluated and we got the value of contents of fifth. As this, see what happens here is the contents of fifth are is printed and the for loop begins. For loop first check the initialization condition which is like vector int iterated to fifth dot begin. What is initialize condition? Iterate through this value, which is fifth dot begin. Okay. Again, it can check that if it is not equal to fifth dot end, it is not equal to fifth dot end, then loop through it, see out. What does it see out? Print it. Here it is printed. Okay. After that backslash n, again it will go to the update expression. Again this test expression was checked. Again it get printed. Okay. Again it was get updated. Again it was go through the test expression, and again it was printed. When it is equals to fifth dot n, the loops get n and it terminates out of the loop. Okay. We got the false result and the loop terminates out of the loop. In this way, we construct a vector as simple as that. Okay. Now, let's get back to our theory session. We are like here. Yeah. Okay. This will have done. Okay. See. Now here is left is accessing elements of a vector. See, how can we access elements of a vector? Okay, like I just told you, like we can access elements of a vector. See, we can access a element of a vector using like operator, this operator. Okay. See, if you want to like print all of the elements in a vector, we could use these accessing elements. These are the accessing elements which can be used to access elements of a vector. Okay. What are the accessing elements here is operator, at, front, back, and data. These elements are used to access the element. Operator element is used to access the element. At operator is also used to access the elements. Front is used to access the first element. Back is used to access the last element, and data is used to access the data. Okay, let's like go to the hands-on part, so like you can get better understanding of this. Okay, so let me just copy and paste it here. Just a second. Okay, just a second. Yeah, guys, make sure you perform all this on your own. Okay, to get better understanding. So please make sure like you perform it on your own. See, we are using first here is like operator. This one element access. Okay, how can we access the element of a vector by using operator? See, first here is like we are including our library hashtag include istream.h, and after that we are including another library hashtag include vector. Okay. See, vector operator is used to like it returns a reference to the element at position n in the vector. Okay. What does it operator access element does? Operator element, it returns a reference to the element at position n in the vector container. Okay. See, a similar member function like vector at also it is a similar member function, has the same behavior at this operator function, except that the vector at is a bound check and signals if the requested position is out of range by throwing an out of range exception. Okay. Now portable programs should never call this function. Portable programs should never call this function with an argument n and is out of range since this causes undefined behavior. So that's why we use like operator. Okay. So now let's see how does this program is construct, and after that we will run and see how does it works. Okay. So we are initializing our library hashtag include istream.h, again like hashtag include vector. Okay. And we are just moving into the int main. After that what happens, like here we are not using using instead std here, so we are using here std scope resolution operator. Here now what is this? It is like again we are creating a vector of int data type which is named as my vector of size 10. Okay. It is like zero initialize elements. In this, we are just declare of its size 10. We are not initializes the vector elements. Okay. Now again, we are just creating another vector of type int. Again, size scope resolution operator, which is saying that size type as it equals to my vector dot size. What is saying like this one, which is creating my vector. Here it is like just and like assigning its size to the another vector. Okay. After that, we have assigned some values. For here we are using for loop. What is here is like for unassigned I is equals to 0, which is like here. We are not assigned I here. Okay. Here unsigned I is equals to 0. Here we are initializing I as an unsigned data type, and it is initializing to 0 in this part. Okay. After that, what is we have test condition? Test condition here is I should be less than sz. What is sz here is this vector, this one, and this vector is goes to my vector dot size, which is 10. Okay. After that, we have an update expression I plus plus. I plus 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 means increment I by 1. Okay. Now the next thing is my vector. What does it for look like? If this condition true, if this condition found to be true, this code will execute, which is my vector I is equals to I. Okay. My vector at position I is equals to I, the value of I. After that, we are like reverse vector, like using operator. We are just reversing the vectors. For what? How? Just see. We are using for loop here. And again, in the initialization expression, we are initializing I as an unsigned data type to 0. And after that, it is a test condition. I should be less than sz divided by 2. Okay. And after that, we have an update expression, which is I plus plus. Okay. After that, see what happens. Int temp. What is this saying? It is like create an int temp variable of int data type. After that, assign temp is equals to my vector sz minus 1 minus I. What is here is like, it is like assign the value of my vector, which is this one, my vector sz minus 1 minus I. What is sz minus 1? Sz means size type, minus 1 minus I. This expression should be evaluated and assign it to temp variable. Okay. After that, this one, which have been evaluated, my vector sz minus I is assigned to like my vector I. The value of my vector I is assigned to this variable, and what we are doing is just my vector I is equals to 10. See, what we have done here is we just here transposing, or we can say that like reversing the var vectors results. Okay, first we create a variable temp. After that, we just stored this value into temp, and this way after that we stored this value in temp. This will become blank. In this, we stored this value by my vector I. After that, this value is become in this, and now this is blank. In this, we are again assigning the temp variable of value. Okay. So in this way, we just like reversing the vector cells. So now what happens again? Standard cout, my vector contains. It will show like what our vector contains. Again, it go through for loop, which is saying again like unsigned I equals to 0, initializing I equals to 0. Okay. What is saying like I should be less than sz. I should be less than sz. It means it should be like should be less than of sample size. And again, it is in the update expression. What is here is like I plus plus. What is here next like standard cout? What is this? Means print this one. Okay. Again, standard cout, which is like and black slash n, which is like next line. Okay. What will this? How this for loop begins? Like first unsigned I equals to 0. It is initialized I equals to 0. After that, this test condition is checked. If it's found to be true, the code will run. and if function will false, the code will terminate out of the loop. Okay, and if function be true, the code will run, and this gets updated after this. Again, that condition is checked again if this, and then this will continue. Okay, you remember for loop. So now let's run this program and let's see what will get. See, my vector contains 98765432110. How could it possible? See, first we are just declare, you can see that here we are declaring and initializing our vector with 10 of size 10. So size 10 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After that, just we are another creating vector which is like my vector of size. What will happen here? It will like just create the same of the copy of it. Now we are assigning some values to the vector in this way by using for loop, and we are just reversing it the order. So in this way, by using the operator, this one, we just are reverse the my vectors, or we can say that the my vector, the our vectors the contains the 0 to 9 values in the actual order. Just we reverse the order in such a way like 987654312 as simple as that. Okay, in this way we use this operator. Now let's see what's the okay. Now next is add operator. Add operator. Just let me check. Okay, just a second, guys. Yeah, here is add operator. Okay, so yeah, factor add. What is add operator? Like it is also an access element. What is this does? It returns a reference to the element at position and in the vector. Okay, what is operator of this? It returns a reference to the element at position and in the vector container. But in this, it returns a reference to the element at position n in the vector. Okay. See, the function automatically checks whether n it is within the bounds of the valid elements in the vector or not by throwing an out of range exception. If it is not, means like if n is greater than or equal to its size. Okay. See, if it is not in the bound within the bounds of the valid elements, it will throw an out of range exception. Okay. This is in contrast with member operator that does not check against bounds. See, now let's like how we done this. Let's see. Yeah. Here, what is here is like hashtag include iStream. Here we are including the library. Again, we are mentioning this hashtag include vector, which is like you can say the mandatory part of this vector part. Hashtag include vector. After that, we are just doping to like main program. See here, what is there saying like vector int my vector of size 10. What is it like? Again, create a vector of int data type named as my vector and size of 10 means 0 to 9. Again, we are assigning some values, which is like we are creating for loop, which is here. What is here is the initialization expression. Let me again, yeah. What is here is the initialization expression. It is here is like unsigned I is equals to 0. Unsigned I is equals to 0 means we are initializing an I variable of unsigned data type is equals to 0. After that, we have a test expression, which is I should be less than my vector dot size. And here is my vector dot size is 10. Means I should be less than 10. Again, we have an updating expression, which is I plus plus. Okay. And what is for loop is like my vector dot at I is equals to I. Here we are using at operator. Okay. And in the previous program, we are using here is operator. Okay. Now what does is this? See, it will initialize I equals to 0. After that, it will condition like 0 is less than equals to 10. Yeah, it's true. Then again, it will go to the like and execute this statement. My vector dot I is equals to this. and after that it will update the I expression. Okay, again here is like we can say that like see out my vector contains. What does it mean? It will print on the screen like my vector contains. What will happen after that? We are again creating a for loop which is saying that unsigned I is equals to 0. Here's the initialization expression. What it will be saying? It is saying like initial create, or we can say that like create an I variable of unsigned data type, initialize it to 0. Okay. After that, here it is I should be less than equals to my vector dot size. What is here? Again, it is a test condition, which is I should be less than equals to my vector dot size, which is this one, I plus plus update expression. And again, if it is true, then execute these statements. As simple as that. Okay. Now let's run this program and let's see what the output here is. See, my vector contains 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In previous program, we just like reverse the order of our my vector and get the output. Now in this program, we just by using the at operator, it is like we are creating our vector in such a way that, okay. How does it works? It will just create a vector of size 10. After it will run a for loop and check whether it is less than 10. It is less than 10, then it will execute this one. Means it will assign the value of 0 to 9 in this vector. After that, it prints like my vector again it started like for loop. If it is 0 less than 10, it will print the value here. Like 0 is less than 10, 1 is less than 10, 2 is less than 3 is less than 4, then 5, 6, 7, and go on. Okay. In this way, we are using like vector at operator. Now let's check what is the other accessing element here is it front. Okay. Front. Let me here just remove this code and take out of like front one. Yeah. Guys, again I am telling make sure you do all this code on your own and practice as much as you can, so like you can get the better understanding of all this stuff. Okay. What is here is like vector front. What is front does? See, it is a public member function. Okay. Member function. It returns a reference to the first element in the vector. What is it does? It returns a reference to the first element in the vector. Okay. Unlike member vector, begin or we can say which returns an iterator to the same element, this function retains a direct reference. It will just give the direct reference to us. Okay. Calling this function or an empty container causes undefined behavior. Make sure if we call this function on an undefined container, we can say that like the empty container, or we can say empty vector, it will causes like undefined behavior, like it will work very badly. So make sure you apply this one, this operator on an non-empty vector. Okay. Now let's see program, how does this program works. It is like here it is hashtag include, it is a library we are including. Again, hashtag include vector, which is mandatory. Okay. After that, we are just going to program is what is the saying like vector int my vector, which is create a vector of int data type, which is named as my vector. Okay. Now what we are saying is like my vector dot pushback 78 and my vector dot pushback 60. Now you are guys are thinking is what is pushback and what this is one. See, these guys are, we can say that like these things you will like get to know in upcoming session. So no need to worry about that. Just keep in mind that pushback is used to like add the elements in the vector. Okay. Like as in array, like pushback is used to add the elements in the vectors. So this line is saying like my vector dot pushback 78 means add 78 in my this one which has created my vector. Okay. After that again add 16 to the my vector. Now front equals to 78 and back is equals to 16. Now what we done is here is we have to use front operator. See, so my vector dot front, which is equals to minus equal my vector dot back. We are here giving an expression to evaluate. Okay, this one, which is my vector is equals to minus equals to my vector dot back, or which we can say that like my vector is equals to my vector dot front minus my vector dot back, and assign it to again in which thing my vector dot front. After that we have a output which is saying that my vector dot front is now, and this will execute my vector dot front. Okay, now let's run this program and see the output. See, my vector dot front is now 62. Now you are wondering like we don't have any value 62 here in the my vector, in the vector, so where does it 62 come from? Okay, so see, let me tell you how. See, what happened here is like just we created a vector. Okay, we created a vector of int data type and which is named as my vector. Okay, now what the thing is we done is here is we just added 78 by using dot pushback in my vector. Okay, we just add 78 value. After that we just add 16 again in my vector. Now front equals to like 78 and back is equals to 16. Means first value 78 and the last value 16. Now what we have done is we are assigning here is saying like my vector dot front minus equals to my vector dot back. What is here saying like? Let me comment it out. First, it's like it is saying my vector dot front minus my vector dot back is equals to, again assign them into my vector dot front. Okay, what is it saying like? Subtract my vector dot back from my vector dot front and assign again it to my vector dot front. Okay, what here is still doing like? Again we can like it is telling 78 minus 16 which is equals to 62 and assign it to my vector. Okay, this one here is, and again this statement is done which is out my vector dot front is now and my vector dot front. Now what is the value of my vector dot front? After this expression, the value of my vector dot front is 62. Okay, so that's why we got our output is my vector dot front is now 62. In this way we use front operator, and we can use like how to like we can access the element of first element of the vector by using the front operator. Okay, again like next see the data, how we can like access the data, etc. Okay, just let me take this here. Yeah, okay, okay, just a second. Here is like data. What does it does? See, it returns a direct pointer to the memory array. What does this operator does? This access element data, it returns a direct pointer to the memory array used internally by the vector to store its own elements. Okay, what does it here this does? It returns a direct pointer to the memory array used internally by the vector to store its own elements. Okay, because see, elements in the vector are guaranteed to be stored in contiguous storage locations in the same order. Okay, So as represented by the vector, so like the pointer retrieved can be offset to access any element in the array. This one, it is retrieved to access any element in the array. See, how does it works? In this, like we can say that like hashtag include istream.h. Here we are including our library. After that, hashtag include vector, which is always like it is mandatory part of the like for the vectors. It is the mandatory part. We make sure you always include this line hashtag include vectors when you are using vector or when you are creating a vector, you are constructing a vector. Okay, so make sure you use this line or use like you wrote this code at this line or you include this library. Okay, after that we just moving into our main program. In this C, what does it saying? It isn't saying like create vector of data type int which is named as my vector. Okay, what is saying like create a vector of data type int and named as my vector of size. Here we are declaring a size which is as 5. Okay, after that what is here is like int p, but is like pointer, this one, or we can say that reference, this one. Okay, after that my vector dot data, and it's like this one, my vector dot data, it is pointing to this variable now, p variable. Now pointer p variable is equals to 10 plus p means update expression, increment p by 1. Now the p variable is equals to 20 and the value of p is equals to 2 at 100. P at 2 is equals to 100. What does it say like see out my vector contains, we will see the output here. And again here is a for loop in which initialization expression is unsigned I is equals to 0, which is we are creating an I variable of type unsigned and which are initializing it to 0. After that here is a test expression which is I should be less than equals to my vector dot size. It is in test expression, and again we have an update expression which is plus plus I, or we can say that I plus plus. After that, see, if I is less than equals to vector dot size, this code will execute. It is C out. Okay. Now let's run our program and see what's the output here is. See, what does it say? 10, 20, 0, 100 and 0. How does it comes? You guys are like thinking how does it comes and how does it work? See, we are creating here data. Okay. Just first we are creating here is a vector of type int and named as a my vector. And remember here is size is 5, means it contains 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Now what we have done is like we are creating a pointer or we can say reference and we are just assigning that is the my vector dot data. In this reference we are assigning our data. This one is created, the data of this vector we are assigning to this reference p. Now we can say that at first this one, what is it? 10. The value of here is for at percentage is 10. After that p plus plus means, what does it means? Plus plus p or means c. Here in this update expression we just update the value of increment it by 1. Here is the also that increment the position by 1, means now the at next position what is here is say like 20. Okay, at this point, see, at this point the pointer is pointing to this variable, this place. Okay, so here it is comes 10. After that it say plus plus p, we can say that p plus plus means incremented by 1. So at the, now this is pointing here at this place. Now what is here? It is assigning as 20. See, this is assigning as 20 here. After that what is saying like at p index, at index 2 assign equals to 100. Index 2 means 1, 2. Okay, this one assign it to 100. So at this 100 is assigned. As simple as that. After that we just creating our like print out statement like my vectors contains, which is this one. After that, we just create a for loop and just initializes I equals to 0, and it will text you condition 0 is less than equals to size. Yeah, 5 0 is less than equals to 5, less than 5. So this code will execute, which is like my vector.type means this data. Just we have it created here. So in this way, the data variables comes into existence. Okay. It returns a direct pointer to the memory array used internally by the vector to store its own elements. Okay. So that's why like compared to arrays, vectors consumes more memory in exchange for the ability to manage storage and grow dynamically in an efficient way. Okay. Now let's move further. Yeah, what's is remaining? So now, yeah, write yourself. What is here is like write a program to access last element of a vector. See, in this we have seen like operator element access, how to use like how to access the element using operator, using at, using front, and using data. Now here is a hint. You can use vector back. This one. You will use this one element access operator and just like go through the all the programs and like sort all the things and see how can you use back operator in order to access the last element of a vector. Okay, try it yourself once, and yeah, I will discuss the solution of this problem in the next class. Till then, just play with vectors, have fun, and yeah, hope you guys are able to understand. Okay, so thank you so much. See ya.